On the African continent is celebrating an historical 20-year birthday. And for more from the festival, our reporter Ishmael Modiba joins us live. Ishmael, good afternoon to you. Tell us what's happening at the launch of Macufe today. Are the crowds starting to gather?
Good afternoon, Natasha. Well, as you rightly put it, today was the launch of the 20th Mangaung Cultural Festival, a landmark for the province, an event that started in 1997 and it has grown in leaps and bounds. And there is a lot in the pot to dish out for all in the family. We're talking about drama, we're talking about poetry, we're talking about hip-hop, all that you can think of when it comes to Macufe. There's all to entertain all the members of the family. The event obviously launched today, is going to run up until next week Sunday. But we know that in an event like this, security is of utmost importance. To tell us about the do's and don'ts and what is planned to ensure that all the revelers from all the 9 countries, all the 9 provinces of the country and our neighboring countries who will be here to ensure their safety is none other than Lerato Lengao, who's going to explain to us how they've planned this thing. Lerato? Can you just briefly tell us how tight is your security? Is everybody free to come and walk around and give us the do's and don'ts?
Yes, thanks, and good afternoon to the viewers. It's normally the case. It's a standard, it's a norm, it's a principle, it's a culture, it's a tradition to say security sustains business continuity. In that instance, I would mean that we are ready. The project has unfolded for about 20 years. We are celebrating it. We don't want any mistake. Remember, the strategic objective in terms of us as an event safety and security planning committee is that we need to deliver a safe and secured project. What would like also to indicate to our revelers or the patrons of Macufe is that if you look this year, Macufe, it's different. Apart from 20 years, within the period of Macufe would be also having your international cricket playing. The Bangladesh would also be having also the rugby. Why do I specifically mention this? It means I'm trying to indicate to the people who would be coming to enjoy with us in terms of the project itself being Macufe, to say Bloemfontein would be hectic in terms of traffic, in terms of the congestion. So we are warning people to say we've got different parkings that we had allocated where we had also deployed security personnel. But to deploy security personnel does not mean that you would now relax and leave anything where people would be able to see, and then that kind of an item attracts someone, or it does what we call an opportunistic crime. So you must still seal your things off so that they are not in the full view of anyone, even if you have locked your car. Maybe put them inside the boot. That's what we normally actually encourage to say to our people or revelers. So the other thing is that the street closure would also suffice. It's normally the case, more especially within the precinct of Macufe. Like if I can name the few, would be the Free State Stadium, Waterfront, as well as Old Grey Sports Ground. That vicinity, that's where cricket would be happening. Macufe activities would be also being encountered, as well as rugby. So you can imagine to say what will be happening on the same day. The situation would be that in terms of the parking allocations that we have done, where we would say people must go to Jackskey, people must be at Horak parkings, people must be in also a Park Road. So obviously the parkings would be on a first come first served basis, including Waterfront, because it will be a lot of people coming there. And then the other thing that we would want to strongly appeal, although we have planned and we are ready, we've got measures in as far as the safety and security aspect are concerned, is that we keep on saying and requesting humbly so to our revelers or patrons to say they must buy tickets up front. Let them not buy tickets during the day of the event or maybe of the activity, because that's the attitude that has been happening for quite some time. And this makes them to be vulnerable, because At that stage, one is under pressure, he or she wants to get in, and then there would be someone. Criminals target that kind of a situation, exploit that space whereby they would sell you even a fake. That's why we are saying go to legitimate competitive outlets like your ShopRite, your Checkers, as well as competitive offices. That's where you need to go, because if you buy in from any individual, obviously at the gate or at the entrance, the scanner that we are utilizing would also reject that. So you are warned. The other thing is that we are having the do's and don'ts. It's a norm in any family, as you have put it correctly. We've got the dome activities. In all the dome activities, like starting from today with CP Hip Hop, we are saying we don't allow cooler box. We don't allow cooler bags as well. We don't allow bottles, breakable bottles, including glasses. When I mean breakable bottles, I mean even your 26-year-old Glenfiddich, you will have not to come with it in that breakable bottle. You can instead put it inside the 2 liter, which would actually be acceptable. There are no dangerous weapons allowed. There is no pass out. When I talk about dangerous weapons, I mean even your guns. I mean any weapon that would be taken as dangerous or maybe considered as dangerous. So the other thing is that we are not allowing even children to be just accessing free. Remember here, we are saying even a child who just was born now, if you are intending to bring the child there at the festivities of Macufe, remember that the same child would also be paying equal to the adult, you know. So we are not actually selling the age, we are selling the seats. So those are issues that we would want our revelers to be warned of, to say we are not allowing in the dome activities cooler boxes, breakable bottles, cooler bags, any dangerous weapons. But now in terms of your Rose Garden, which will be on the 7th, being the main festival. In the main festival, Rose Garden, we would allow cooler boxes, we would allow cooler bags, but we won't allow the breakable bottles as well, or the glasses. We won't even allow the big glasses like your Pesho Garden umbrellas. We won't even allow braai stands. So people knows this. We just keep on repeating them as part of the strategic communication, more especially with regard to the safety and security aspects.
There you have it, Natasha. That is Lerato Lengau giving us the lowdown with regard to security, saying if you want to come and enjoy, buy your ticket on time so that you don't buy a fake ticket and it's back to you in the studio.
Ishmael, thanks so much. Ishmael Modiba from the Macufe Festival in the Free State.